Good morning. What's the old saying? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Here's how we're going to get going this morning. Let's have you all stand and join me. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am right where I'm supposed to be. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 Welcome here. Woo!
Do you feel welcome? Let's celebrate Richard again. Oh, and in that spirit of welcome and joy, let us go into prayer as we begin this wonderful service. We feel the happy energy in the air. We feel it around us. We feel it among us. And we feel it within. And we know that we are here for this joy, for this celebration, and the abundant blessings that continue to flow in and through this community, in our lives, and for all that we love. And so it is, and so it always shall be. Amen.
And now it's the time for the lighting of our Christ candle. This represents the light that shines within each of us. And one of the best ways to do this is to honor our children. So today, I'm going to invite Aiden to the platform to assist me with the lighting of the candle. Come on up, Aiden. Oh, you're anxious and ready to go. All right, come on back here. You hold this candle, and see if you can light that. There you go, you got it. Just hold that for now. I'll take this one. And Blow that one out too. All right, step around here. We'll invite all the children up to the stage. Okay. Thank you. And let's bless these wonderful children. You are a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. You are loved unconditionally, just the way you are. And if it's true for them, it's true for each of us. So let's honor ourselves. I am a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. I am loved unconditionally, just the way I am. And Richard will lead us in a song, and towards the end of the song, the children will march off to their special service.
You're a beautiful, I'm a beautiful child of God, a wondrous spirit of love and peace. My light will shine forever. I'm a beautiful child of God. You're a beautiful child of God, a wondrous spirit of love and peace. Your light will shine forever. You're a beautiful child of God. We are beautiful children of God. We are wondrous spirits of love and peace. Our light will shine forever. You're beautiful children of God.
Well, welcome to Unity of the Valley Spiritual Center in Vacaville, California. And we're so pleased to have here today Richard Potts as our musician. We have assisting us John Working on slides and Warren Spaeth on sound. Thank you. And we're blessed to have speaking to us today Margie Brach from Sacramento. She's involved in Unity in Action, and they assist with special fill-in ministries. So we're pleased to have her here today. Community announcements. I'd like to invite Gloria Ramirez to speak about well, I'll let her speak for herself.
I'm short. Bunko is back. It's going to be Saturday, October 19th from 5:30 to 9:30. Tickets are on sale this week. Marcy called the office, $20 each, which includes salads and desserts. We need card tables for the setup. We need 20, and we right now only have 11. So if you have a card table you'd like to loan us, please bring it to the church. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, from 9 to 3. Also, sign-ups are going to be in the hall for anyone that would like to donate a dessert or a salad for the bunko. We're going to have a raffle basket and silent auction. If you have anything that you have at home that you don't need, gently used, even if you don't think it's much, please bring it to the church. And if you have something that you might want to donate for the silent auction, like a vacation, couple nights, if you have a place in Tahoe or something like that. I have a wine tour that I'm donating for members only, so we're looking for some silent auction items as well. Everyone's welcome. Let's get this on the, on the board and get going for our big fundraiser for Bunko. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gloria. Other highlights we have talked a couple of times, but we are updating our directory Sundays through October 27. Today could be your day. Please contact John, Barb, or Cookie in the Great Hall to take a photo and get your contact information for the directory. Also coming up on October 19th is the Walk for Alzheimer's. This will be the last year that Bob Panzer is spearheading this effort. He has done a wonderful job over the years. This community has been a major contributor to this event for many years, and registration forms are available in the Great Hall. And now, let's recite together our statement of faith. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good.
Water. You did such a great job the other day of singing along with the chorus. I'm going to make it very optional, it always was, but if you want to sing with the chorus, please do. And today is the first time I have tried rocking out on my electric guitar in public. So anyway, rocking in public. I should have done this earlier. I was kind of in a rush this morning. Perfect is good enough. The song by Daniel Nemad, our great friend and benefactor. Several songs I'm doing today are written by him, including our opening song. Water. I've seen my share of struggles when I thought that I knew best, when I sailed through a storm instead of stopping to rest. But it always seems the hardest when I've made up my stubborn mind. Well, I'm changing my ways this time. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain into shadowy canyon, going from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. Have you ever seen an eagle head straight into the wind? Doesn't spread his wings, just doesn't pick a fight, just spreads his wings and turns. And in the end he always makes it home just fine. Yes, he knows that every storm subsides. Want to be like water heading down the mountain into shadowy canyon, going from pool to stream. Want to be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. I'll let nature take its course. No more thinking that I know where this river is meant to go. I've railed against the stars for the cards that I've been dealt, for the lottery I've never won, for the heartache that I've felt. But it always seems when I let go of expectation and regret, life has plenty of surprises for me yet. Wanna be like water coming down the mountain into shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea. One more time. Wanna be like water, headed down the mountain into shadowy canyon, flowing from pool to stream. Wanna be like water, head uphill no more. I am bound for the sea.
Don't you love that idea of moving like water through life? Thank you, Richard. That is one of my favorite songs. And yeah, you know, with all the changes that are going on all the time around us and within us, that idea of being able to flow like water just is very, very appealing to me. I don't always do it perfectly, though, I have to admit. And I've had, you know, some human experiences lately, even though I'm a spiritual being, and it's reminded me that I need to be grateful for my body. That's why this talk title. You know, I've found some comfort in our Unity teachings when it comes to health in our bodies. And it was not long ago that one of the writers in our Unity magazine, Dr. Ellen Meredith, wrote this. She said, "Our body speaks the truth through its symptoms, through sensations, interruptions of functioning, and other signals." She says, what it's saying is, pay attention, I need something here. Anyone had any body signals lately? Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. You know, and what she says there is so consistent with what our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, said and wrote to so many people so long ago. And in fact, in Myrtle's book, How to Let God Help You, she said a number of things about our wonderful bodies. She reminds us that our bodies are God's temple, and that we have no right to think anything less than perfection about our bodies. And she suggests that we treat our bodies like a child, knowing that they need attention, they need love, and they need nurturing. She says to appreciate our chest that breathes, appreciate our feet and our legs that let us walk around and have our experience in life, our arms and hands that make it possible for us to do things. And be grateful for our head, the brain that's in there and does so many things without us even having to consciously think about it. The eyes that we have to see the world and all the beauty in it. And she suggests that we let our body know the joy of our loving attention by, you know, giving ourselves the gift of a little exercise, you know, and with our personal hygiene, having that cleansing and renewing experience, and by eating well and letting our bodies feel that wonderful feeling of taking in the new and releasing the old. She reminds us that our mind directs and reconstructs our physical body all the time. And if we're having something that feels anything less than perfect health, let's take a look at what might be behind it. What is it that God may be telling us so that we can have a different experience in our bodies. Because then we really can see God expressing in us and in all things. And of course, we know that Myrtle's teachings were always grounded in our Christian scripture. She, in this occasion, the first letter to the Corinthians came to mind for me. And the Apostle Paul was writing to a new Christian community that he had helped establish. He had been a key part of that. And among the people in that community, there were some that had traditions related to their Jewish heritage that were not the same traditions of other people in that community. But what he wrote to them to encourage them to have an experience of love and caring in unity was this: all things are lawful, but not all things are beneficial. Do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit? Therefore, glorify God in your body. Pardon me. It's a lovely pen, but it's noisy. I'm going to move it. And another scripture is the letter to the Colossians. And again, writing to a new community, we find these words: above all, clothe yourself in love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. It's the wisdom of the ages. You know, to see God at work in our bodies, care for ourselves, and allow ourselves to really be all who we've come here to be. I was reminded of one woman's story, getting ready for today. And she grew up in the Midwest in a very small town, but she always had an affinity for dance and for music. And so she studied there as much as she could, as much as was available. And her ambitions took her to the big city, New York. And there she did. She found, that she was able to perform with one of the dance companies there. And she loved what she was doing, but she knew there had to be more. And she thought, well, I'll audition for the Rockettes. And she went, and they praised her dancing to the high heavens. But they said, you have to smile more. Well, in that moment, she realized that to do what she really wanted to do with dance and expressing all she had inside her body to express, she was going to need to find a way to create her own dances. And she had no idea how to do this. But she was persistent. She knew her purpose. And it was not long before she founded the Twyla Tharp Dance Company. Many of us know her name. It's because she choreographed over 300 dances for her own company, for Joffrey Ballet, for the Royal Ballet, for New York City Ballet. So many different companies performed her works through the years. And her combination of classical and modern with a sense of humor has made her one of the best-known choreographers of her generation. Choreographing television shows and just every Broadway show that had her work in it, and also even ice skating routines. I mean, she's just pervasive throughout our culture as it relates to dance. And she's having a little different experience in her life today. She's in her early 80s. And things don't always work the way they used to work. Imagine that. And she talks about, she has a commitment with herself, a commitment with that spiritual part of herself, that every day she'll get up and she'll do some movement. some kind of exercise, some kind of activity that helps her to feel good in her body. And when she has one of those days where her body will not do all that she thinks it should be doing, she takes a look at what might be going on behind it. Is there some habit she has that isn't serving her well anymore? Maybe it's time to let that go. One of the things she said recently is that her dream for herself, for her body, for our country, for this community, her dream is unity. She says, aging isn't easy, and anyone who says it is not experiencing it. I can relate to that. Obviously, there are challenges. Our body is insulting our mind that thinks it should be able to do all it used to do. And we keep believing that somehow we're going to get back to where we were before. But that's probably not going to happen. So we might as well take a look at our thinking. She says, with age, there's more knowledge, more wisdom, experience, and we should be able to get up every day and believe that all kinds of things are possible. Doesn't that sound a lot like our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore? You know, this whole idea of taking care of our bodies, this whole idea of seeing what we're able to do, and if there's something we've been doing that's not working that well anymore, maybe we need to take another look at how our patterns have been, what our habits have been. I really appreciated a story from another woman. Name is Laura, and she lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And she grew up with a grandfather who had overcome a lot of stuff in his life. And her grandfather said to her over and over through the years, I think I can do it. I think I can do it. I think I can. And he did a lot of stuff. And as she moved through her life, there were a lot of times she wasn't so sure. But she remembered what he said, and she said, I think I can. Well, she ended up accomplishing quite a lot. Became a land use attorney and a journalist and a community gardener, doing all kinds of things she hadn't known how to do before. She spent time in the Middle East teaching young students of environmental engineering about climate change. And one of the things that she's always loved is the Grand Canyon. She was a year away from officially becoming a senior citizen. We all know when that happens, right? I just crossed that road myself. Officially. And she thought, if I don't do what I've dreamed of doing, I don't know if I will. Because her dream was to hike 5,000 feet down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and back out again. And she knew what the sign said at the top of the trail. Hiking in is optional. Hiking out is mandatory. Knowing she might not do it if she didn't make a plan, she made an appointment and held a room at the Phantom Ranch at the bottom of the canyon. She and a friend, they started training and getting ready for this hike that they were going to do together. And the time was getting closer, and her friend bailed out. And she thought, oh my gosh. But it came back. I think I can. I think I can. And so she continued, and she got her gear together, and off she went to the canyon. She's had a great night of sleep the night before. And during breakfast the next morning, 2 young people who worked there said, oh yeah, I tried that, but I came back up. And she was getting scared. But she remembered, I think I can. And she got her gear already, she got her water, got her walking stick, and off she went down into the canyon. She thought it would be really meditative, but there were places that were really narrow and rocky. And she was afraid. But the people along the way were so supportive. They were asking her name, they were asking if she was walking alone. One ranger came by and said, "Are you Laura?" And she said, "Yes." And he said, "How are you doing for water?" Gave her extra water. It took her twice as long as she thought it would, but she made it down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon that night. When she took her boots off, you can imagine what she saw, but she had dinner that night with people who were there celebrating birthdays. One person celebrating their 81st birthday and had hiked down into that canyon. And she was reminded, I think I can. Well, she went off to sleep. 4:30 the next morning, she was up, had her moleskin on those blisters and boots on, and she started her way back up. She took a different route because it was supposed to be a little easier, but there were times that she almost lost the trail. But the people around her continued to encourage her and support her in climbing up. And her goal had been to get to the rim before the sun went down. But it was getting dark. She was having trouble breathing. And this one young woman came down the trail because she wanted to get a little more water before heading back up. And she took Laura's backpack, and she walked every step of the way with Laura back up to the rim of that canyon, shining the flashlight in front of them. When we take good care of our bodies, and we believe that we can do something, we can experience God. We can experience unity. And one of the things I really love about our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore, is that she was very clear-headed about when her body was not serving her, was not allowing her to do her work anymore. And that she actually went around to different people and let them know at Unity Village that she was going to be going soon. And it wasn't long, and she went on with dignity and with grace. And as much as her husband Charles expected to live forever in that very same body, she had some wisdom about this, that when our bodies no longer serve us, maybe it is time to gently let go. I was inspired by the story of one mom named Gail, blessed with 2 wonderful sons. And one of her sons' name was Brandon. He was born with spina bifida. And she was so committed to having both of her children have happy, healthy lives that Brandon was a very happy guy. He learned how to get around in a wheelchair, and everywhere he went, he had a positive effect on the people around him. And he had a special gift for helping people to feel like they care about each other and creating a sense of unity wherever he went. And when he was 17, one morning she went in to wake him up, and he wouldn't wake up. She quickly got help. They got him to the hospital, and they told her news there that he was not going to wake up. His body is no longer serving him. And you can imagine how she felt. And then, almost immediately, the hospital staff asked her, would you be willing to donate the organs of his body that are healthy, because his body is not going to breathe on its own? And she was shocked. But she knew what her son Braden would want. And so she said yes. They removed the breathing tubes, and he peacefully passed. It was some years later that she and her other son moved to another city. And they were just getting boxes unpacked. One day, she was there, and the doorbell rang, and so she went to the door, and it was a painter who had arrived a week early. And she says, oh, well, come on in. Might as well get started. And the painter asked her about her family, and she mentioned her son who was off at camp. And then he said, you don't have any other kids? And she, in that moment, had that inner question. Do I talk about Braden? Do I not? And she usually didn't, but that day she decided to mention him and said that, that he had passed. And the painter said, I'm sorry to hear that. He said, I know what it's like to be really sick. I almost died 4 years ago. And they continued talking, and he said, someone donated a kidney to me. And it was February 13th of 2008. And she said, wow, Braden died February 12th of 2008. And he said, oh, quickly, he said, oh, well, my kidney was donated by a 21-year-old that was in a car accident. And in a little while, she went out to do some errands, and she came back, and the painter was there, and they hadn't made any progress. They were just kind of staring at the wall. And they turned to her and said, I need to apologize. I have one of your son Braden's kidneys. You wrote to me not long after the transplant, and I always regretted that I never wrote back to you. She called the transplant center, and they said against all odds that this man, Ken, had one of Braden's kidneys. It wasn't long before Gail got to meet his family. And she realized that that gift of love from her son saved this man's life and probably saved his family's life too. We've all got these wonderful bodies, gifts of God. And yes, we can do our best to take care of them and have the best possible experience we can have while we're here. And when it's time to let go, we can know that the light and the love and the life of God continues to live on. Bless you, friends.
How many of you would like to stand up here and try to sing after that story? Thank you, Margie. I have a niece with spina bifida. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to a deeper kind of love, to a sweeter kind of life. Get ready, my soul. So here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, get ready, my soul. I'm diving into a deeper kind of love, to a sweeter kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Richard. Shall we take all these thoughts into meditation? If you're comfortable with closing your eyes, I encourage you to do that. Let yourself really rest right where you are. And if you'd like to have your eyes open, if that's more comfortable, and gazing with soft eyes at whatever lies before you, may be your path of peace today. Whether we're gazing without or gazing within our own minds and bodies, let us look with soft gaze, with gentle eyes, with the eyes of God. All that lies within us, all around us, all among us, let us see with those gentle eyes of God. We might begin to notice our breath. Whatever our rate or pace or depth of breathing that comes naturally to us, let's just notice it now and love our lungs and our chest, our diaphragm. Send loving energy to that part of our body. Serves us so well without even needing conscious thought. A miracle of God. As we do this, we might notice the gentle beating of our own heart. And with every pulse, we realize it does not require our conscious thought either. That this life of God is expressing through every beat of our heart, moving, quickening the life, the love, all the goodness inherent within each and every one of us. You might notice a sensation in your hands and feel that life and that vitality expressing almost with a gentle spark of energy. And we send love and gratitude to our hands and our arms and our feet and our legs and all they do for us, making it possible for us to move through the world. We send them our love and gratitude today. Our lower part of our torso and all its wonderful functions. Our back, our neck, our shoulders and our head. These amazing creations. We feel the life and light of God coursing through us. We feel it. We know it. And we know that right where we are is exactly where we are to be in this moment. Everything that has brought us here, everything we've brought here with us, is as it should be in this moment. And we know that as we rest in this time of meditation, the wonderful good that's always expressing through us is touching and blessing and creating a divine outworking in every single area of our lives. And trusting this and knowing it in our minds and our hearts, we rest even more right where we are. We take this love, this gratitude, this appreciation, and this deep knowing into the silence. And we are grateful. Grateful for this time of remembering together. Remembering the truth about ourselves, our bodies, our lives, and our world. That wherever we've been, whatever we've seen or known, that it has brought us to this place. This physical place, but also this place in consciousness. And that looking out from here, we take with us the truth that has always been written on our hearts. The wisdom of the ages, that we are the children of God, in whom God is well pleased, and that all the good that has brought us here continues to unfold in wonderful ways as we move out from this place in time, and is always happy to welcome us back. And so it is.
So here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
We're so blessed and so grateful. There are many ways to donate. Somebody here donated this beautiful flower arrangement here this morning. But some things require money. And so we make that easy. You can text to give to the number on the screen, or you can go to our website, unityvacaville.org, and set up a donation there, or we'll collect donations here in the sanctuary this morning. So our ushers will pass the baskets. As the baskets come by, feel free to donate, or please bless the basket when it's presented. So let's bless our tithes and offerings. God's love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. I am grateful.
This morning I'm singing Magic Penny, and I'm adding a verse that I found that has been somewhere in the closet ever since the author wrote it. It certainly didn't show up in our hymnal. So here we go. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. It's just like a magic penny. Hold it close and you won't have any. Lend it, spend it, and you'll have so many, they'll roll all over the floor. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. Money's dandy and we like to use it, but love is better if you don't refuse it. It's treasure and you'll never lose it unless you lock up your door. For love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. So let's go dance until the break of day, and if there's a piper, we can pay. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more.
Let's state together our affirmation of divine substance. The inexhaustible resource of spirit is equal to every demand. There is no reality in lack. Abundance is here and now manifest. So, let's stand together, create a circle, and join together with the peace song. Come on.
With each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. We are one. We celebrate our oneness and honor our diversity.
And our closing affirmation for today. I am grateful for my wonderful body. Let's do it one more time together. I am grateful for my wonderful body. And we invite everyone to celebrate each other in greetings here and continuing in the fellowship hall.
Good morning. Hi, how are you today? Yeah. Beard looks